Is back thanks to Brett Favre. He is the epitome of toughness, which is the essence of the game. The quintessential competitor with an unparalleled record of leadership, durability, and passion. A superstar who can take over a game and carry his team to victory. It's been almost 5 years since the Packers have reached the NFL mountaintop. With their recent play, the summit is within sight once again. Delightful autumn day in Minnesota, and you're looking at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings, and today they entertain their arch rivals, the Green Bay Packers. I'm Pat Summerall with John Madden. And John, you think about the Packers, you talk about the Packers, it seems to be all Brett Favre, but it's more than that.
Well, you know, Mike Sherman has done a heck of a job with this team, and they've always had trouble here in the Metrodome. If you look at the last 9 games, they're 2-7 here. But I think when they were losing those games to the Vikings were better than they are now, and the Packers weren't as good. As we saw last week, the Packers are very, very good this year, and they're all about this guy, Brett Favre. I mean, you watch him play, and he's one of the best players that's ever played this position, and he's fun to watch. Now, last week against the Ravens, they did a lot of shotgun. They spread him out a little because they felt that that was the way to play him and pass all the time. Today, I think they're going to go back to more balance. I think we'll still see shotgun. We're still going to see Brett Favre throw the ball, but I think this guy, Amon Green, is going to get him to a lot more balance offensively.
Now, about the Vikings, we talked to Dennis Green, their head coach, on Friday, and he said we're a team that's still looking for ourselves. Do you think they've found anything?
No, I don't think they've found themselves. I think that, you know, when they lost a big part of their offensive line and their running back and so on, they had to make all those changes. They've had a tough time doing it. I mean, they brought in Michael Bennett, the #1 draft choice. He's injured. He's not going to play today. Doug Chapman will play. They have, in the last 2 years, they have 4 new offensive linemen, and I don't think they've really adjusted. So offensively, no. Defensively, they have their work cut out for them. You have to look at the ball, but you have to know where the guy is. You have to see him also.
Packers start way down in Viking territory, and here is Amon Green, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Hit McDaniel and Lemansky Hall.
And the Vikings are really ganging up and pursuing. You see, they're getting up the field here, not letting him get to the outside. Then if you can't get to the outside, you have to cut back, and then the pursuit takes away the lanes of the cutback.
Bring him down.
You see what they do is they're rotating. Randy Moss is on this side. They're rotating the corner and safety to that side, so now you can take advantage of it. That's what they used to do. You see, here's Randy Moss, here's Randy Moss over here. Now they're going to come up here and come over here. Now that takes this safety and this corner out of it. So if you can break a gap here and Randy Moss gets a little block, you're going to have a run to the safety.
When the defensive end goes to the outside and the defensive tackle comes to the inside, there's a natural hole there.
And the corner rotates and the safety goes deep.
Here's Culpepper. Here's that long one. And he's got a man. Touchdown, Vikings. Chris Carter. And Culpepper dropped it right in there. From 43 yards out.
And you have to have a heck of an arm to do that, because what he did is he rolled to the right and threw that to the left. He's going to roll out here right. Now here's Chris Carter back on the left side. So you get the whole defense to go that way. There's Chris Akins, who just come in for Leroy Butler, and they took advantage of him.
And Carter did a heck of a job selling it.
And Culpepper put that thing right on the spot. Because that's the old fool. They say, once you roll, you're not going to throw back across your body. With Dante Culpepper, you can roll one way and throw back the other way.
A discussion in the end zone. There's a flag on the touchdown play.
There is no infraction on the play. Touchdown to score.
No flag on the play. Chris Carter's 128th career touchdown, all but one on a pass reception, and his 4th this year.
Well, that was a heck of a sales job, as you said, by Chris Carter, and a heck of a strong arm by Dante Culpepper. Again, most quarterbacks wouldn't even try that. Most coaches wouldn't even put that play in for a quarterback. Roll right, throw deep left.
Minnesota 7. The Green Bay Packers nothing. And the celebration continues. Again, a one-arm tackle.
You see him back here in the shotgun with Dorsey Levens in there. They have a package for Dorsey Levens. One of the things that, he does best are these underneath routes. And we're talking about Brett Favre, throwing conventional. Like a quarterback goes 1, 2, 3 steps and throws, and then unconventional. Most of the times that Brett Favre throws will be unconventional.
Right. 2nd and 10. He's in the shotgun again. And back to throw. And the pass is intercepted by Kylie Wong. And Wong is in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. He was waiting for that.
This place is going nuts, as you said.
Boy, is it.
Kylie Wong is a middle linebacker, and he's just going to go back, and he's setting up there in the zone. Brett Favre had to get rid of the ball. Again, didn't get set. You'll see Wong, he just goes back. He's right in the middle of the field, and he just comes in and picks it off. He was trying to get it in there to Corey Bradford. Kylie Wong is free. He's just coming back.
And Willie Howard was right in his face. And he had to let it go, as John said, and it's 14-0 Minnesota. 7:56 left to play in the first half, and the Vikings have shocked the Packers.
One thing about this West Coast offense is it has to be in sync. And if you can play it, and if you can knock it out of sync, and that's exactly what the Vikings have done now, they will have trouble. Lee just dropped that pass. There's no reason for that. But you can tell that this Viking defense is really playing well against this offense, and they're not letting them get started.
Well, the West Coast offense is not strange or no secret to Denny Green. He's been around it all his life.
But he hasn't used it.
No.
That's the thing.
A bad snap, and Favre gets back and falls on it at about the 6-yard line. It's Green Bay ball, but they'll have to punt out of the end zone. And things are going wrong for the Packers.
This whole shotgun thing is new to the Green Bay Packers. In fact, Brett Favre was talking about his center, Mike Flanagan, said he's never done it before, but he does it well.
He didn't do it well.
He didn't do it well then. And I'll tell you this about the shotgun. The shotgun is a lot tougher on the road than it is at home. He's been something special here.
On 3rd down, the Vikings. Randy Moss is leveled, but hung on. Darren Sharper. Moss is up.
Yeah, but he's not really straightened up. I mean, Moss couldn't get all the way up. Here he comes. He's going to come in the slot. There's Sharper right there. Again, Dante Culpepper led Randy Moss right in to Darren Sharper. Let's watch it at normal speed.
Scott.
tell you, that's how quickly things happen and how hard some guys can hit. And Randy Moss is out there now. He's right here, but it took him a while to get straightened up.
Culpepper gives again to Chapman. Chapman picks up 3.
They had a timeout, so now he ought to be fresh to really go on this one. But they didn't line up right. They're confused out here.
He goes slot left, and now he moves to his right. Culpepper's going to take off, and he flashes into the secondary. Culpepper to the 10. Culpepper knocked out of bounds just shy of the goal line by Chris Aiken.
That's what I said earlier. Dante Culpepper is their best quarterback. He's also their best running back. Look, they have a lead. He follows the lead. That was a lead draw. Sharper comes up. He puts a little move on Darren Sharper. Gets to the outside. Puts the ball in his left hand and tries to get into the end zone. Watch the lead here. You see he comes off of Dixon's block. Sharper, poor angle there. And he just outruns everyone. There's the old offensive lineman on wheels right there.
He is big. They mark it back further.
Up on NFL.com.
Welcome back to Minnesota, and Fox Sports coverage of the National Football League, with a score at halftime is the Vikings 20, the Packers nothing. Ron Pitts caught up with Viking head coach Denny Green on the way into the locker room.
Well, Denny, except for the miscues early on, you seem like you got everything you wanted, the big plays, and you got this crowd into it.
Well, we had a good second half by all 3 phases. The first quarter was very bad on offensive special teams, but the second quarter was good offense, defense, and special teams.
Your quarterback, as they say, is an offensive lineman on wheels. Will you continue to let him roll in the second half?
Absolutely. We got to just go out and play our game. We know this is a great team in Green Bay. They got a lot of pride. They're going to come out. If we can score 20 points, they can too. We got to play a lot better.
Good luck second half, Coach.
Well, he's right about that, although they got to do something differently, Green Bay does, if they're going to score 20 points.
Well, look at that, and it'll boil down to that. You have to be able to run and stop the run. You can see the Packers only ran for 4 yards, and the Vikings ran for 115. So the Packers didn't run, nor did they stop the run. That'll happen a lot. You know, when you give that motion down on the goal line, and then boom, snap the ball right up. A lot of times a guy will be free. Sometimes motion is good as play pass.
2nd and 7. Culpepper drops. Chased out of the pocket. Culpepper throws upfield. I think that's complete. I think Moss did everything right.
Well, it goes on a highlight reel anyway, because it's a heck of a catch.
Yeah.
When you can come up, here's Randy Moss on the outside. Mike McKenzie doesn't get a bump. You see, so he just goes, gets in that hole, but then watch him work back to the sideline and up in the air. That is something.
Both feet down.
That is something that's difficult to do. As the ball is coming full speed at you, you go full speed at the ball, and then do all those other things that Randy Moss just did because he's Randy Moss.
And get a first down. Chapman.
Lewinsky, number 76, is a right tackle, and he's a good run blocker. You know, he's not the pass protector, but he's a good run blocker. So when you get Matt Burke to center, David Dixon the right guard, and Chris Lewinsky the right tackle, you can get some pretty good run blocking.
At least you get some push. Culpepper turns around and throws to Moss. Moss takes another shot from Sharper. That's the second time today he has leveled Randy Moss. Both times he has gotten back up.
Well, that's Darren Sharper's job. He's deep here, and see, he just runs deep. He's not going to let Randy Moss get deep. Now, if he's going to catch anything in front of him, he's going to level him. But he's not going to get him. He's not going to let him get deep. They're talking about they're going to cloud or rotate the whole game towards Moss. They've been doing it the whole game. The rotation is a corner. The safety has been Darren Sharper.
A couple of times he has whipsawed Moss.
He's whipsawed him pretty good. Yeah, one on that slant.
Chapman. Good yardage.
I'll tell you, Sherman Lewis is doing a good job of mixing up the calls. You talk about whipsaw. Here's the early whipsaw you're talking about. You come in there. This is where he got knocked out of vertical, and he couldn't get up. And he couldn't get himself straightened out. And it took him a while to get up and get straightened out and get his eyes and stuff straightened out. But first down, but it put him in better position.
Kleinsasser weighs about 275 pounds.
Look at that. The Vikings have had 16 first downs, and the Packers have only had 6. After you watch last week, who would have thought that?
Not me.
We said who would have thought a lot today, didn't we?
Culpepper escapes one man, and now he thunders into the end zone. Touchdown.
He's going in the stands. Look out. Yeah, send him back. He's pretty valuable here.
The stands may have to give. This he does pretty much on his own.
And he made moves. He made 2 or 3 moves in the hole. Watch him. He's not in shotgun. He just goes straight back, kind of goes to his left, follows his block there, then makes a little move right there and takes it in the end zone.
He is a load.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not only a load, he's a load that has moves.
Yeah.
You know, most loads don't have any moves. But when you're a load and you have moves, then you're really something.
Here's Chris Akins.
Here's Chris Akins. You see, he's still down. He tries to tackle him right around the waist, and he gets knocked out darn near. Chris Akins is still down from that hit.
It doesn't even faze Culpepper.
No, he didn't even know that Akins was there. That's what I said. I mean, you put a load on wheels and give him moves, stuff like that happens.
And he also possesses an arm.
And I think when you have a team and you have Culpepper and you have Moss and you have Carter, even though they aren't down in other areas, you can't count them out.
They can put some points on the board.
You go fishing every...
Let's watch that play again, and we're going to see they bring the guard Lindsey down, and they bring Matt Burke the center around, so it's an organized play. The only thing is, both those guys miss their blocks. And Culpepper is still good enough that he can win. Now watch, the left guard is going to come down. The center pulls around. Lindsey misses. Matt Burke misses. But that thing, I think maybe confused the defense enough. Left just a couple of them there that Culpepper got it in, and now they're going to go for 2.
Well, the way things are going, why not? Culpepper's 5th rushing touchdown this year.
You know, we talked about those big plays. That Byron Chamberlain was a big play of this drive to keep it alive.
As Denny Green said before this game started, the season is still young. You can't count anybody out. Culpepper. They get 2 to Jake Reed. 28-7.
Saturn.
Those days.
Back at the Dome in Minnesota. Delighted bunch of Viking fans as their team leads 28-7.
And what did I tell you about the late game?
The fans are more raucous.
They are, you see, and I think I didn't get a chance because we went to batting practice. I didn't get a chance to tell you why, but maybe some of these pictures might suggest why.
I think I saw the Purple Man group there. Culpepper, first down to Moss.
Before he can hardly run. I mean, they got him beaten down pretty well now. When you can get Kleinsasser there, and he gets a little shield there from the umpire, and Kleinsasser can get out the open field and go.
Somebody just got trampled.
You've worn a defense down.
Yeah.
This Minnesota Viking offense has worn this Green Bay Packer defense down.
Tyrone Williams just got trampled underneath that avalanche. 3rd and 9. Packers showing blitz. Jake Reed. Culpepper saw it coming and got it to Jake Reed, who got a Viking first
Jake Reed because he's the guy that's man-to-man. They're going blitz, so they know they're going to be man-to-man over here because they're still doubling Randy Moss. The Packers are bringing a blitz, and it's a zone dog, but they're still doubling on the side. So what Culpepper has to do is read away from here. You see, here's Randy Moss, and you see the double here. See that they have that, so you know that on the other side, you're going to have man-to-man.
Stinger, he's back in the game. Culpepper. To Moss. Inside the 5. We got him.
He's going to do something. He's chest bumping and doing things. And yeah, I mean, he is such an explosive player that even when he does nothing defensively, you have to react to nothing. And when you react to nothing, he's going to catch a ball like that
and get something.
Been thrown to 12 times today. He has 8 catches. Only 73 yards.
First and goal, Minnesota. Culpepper lets the clock run down as far as he can and then calls a Viking timeout.
To get to the locker room here in the Metrodome, the players have to walk through the press box.
That's a narrow staircase. I don't know how you got past him.
Well, I didn't say I was going in the staircase when I was going past him. I was going like in a hallway before I got to the staircase. But now, I mean, if it weren't 28-7, this situation would be a Culpepper run.
Well, it may be anyway. Saucer. No signal yet. Now there is. Touchdown.
Those linemen love that.
He's got the game ball.
Well, he's going to keep that. That's a Klein Saucer keeper.
Nobody's going to take that away from him.
Here he is. We just got one back here. And you see, he's just going to hand it to him. It's just man blocking. You get that little gap there, and all they have to do is hit that thing. Bernardo Harris is going to hit him, but that's not going to stop Klein Saucer.
No.
But that hole wasn't a bad hole for down there in the goal line. That was a pretty big gap.
35-7 as Anderson is good. Well, a total domination by Minnesota. Sunday night, and it's dealer's choice for which game you want to watch. Right here on Fox, you'll get one game. The other game will be on your Fox Sports Net cable channel. So you get 2 for 1. It promises to be the most exciting night of baseball this year. So check your local listings, and you'll get a baseball game. 2 for 1.
Wow, man, Halloween's not even here yet. Wait till Halloween gets here.
Do they have a game Halloween?
No, Halloween comes in the middle of the week, I think. But the frost is starting to get on the pumpkin.
Yes, it is. And some of it.
I think some of them are. I don't know if they're dressing up in Purple Pride or if they're dressing up for Halloween.
Well, some of it.
Or a birthday party, maybe.
Is not going to freeze. Look to gain ground on the first-place Rams, or the Buccaneers battle these Vikings. Later, the dominating Giants defense takes on the Redskins, or other regional action. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific here on Fox.
There's Jim Klein Saucer there, and that was the first touchdown of any means in his career.
It was.
Yeah, he didn't catch any, he didn't kick any touchdowns, and that was the first one that he ran.
Brett Favre out of the shotgun. Up the middle to Amon Green.
That could be. But again, you have to give all the credit to this Viking defense.
Here's Favre. Caught by Freeman on the rebound at the 10, a flag on the play.
Remember the play right down about that Monday night game? Antonio Freeman? Yeah, caught it against the Vikings and got a touchdown after when they thought he was down. Chris Dishman was a corner. He let him go.
5-13, the Vikings have run over the Packers. A shocker to a lot of people except the Minnesota Vikings. 35-13 the final in a day of shocking scores. I was just looking at the last one we got. San Diego 27, Denver 10. Minnesota 35, Green Bay 13, and we'll be right back at the Dome where the Vikings continue to celebrate in a moment.